Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and today Nicole and I are jumping back into creating with collections and letting you know where we are. We have completed 5 layouts, so we're going to do a layout share as well as show you guys what's left in our collection, and then talk about kind of where we're going with this series. When we started the series, I was super excited to get some Christmas layouts done. Then life threw us a curveball, specifically on Nicole's side, because she's having that yes year. We do have some fun things planned for you guys. So let's jump into the 5 layouts that I've already completed. The first layout that I completed was of us decorating our gingerbread houses, and I do have process videos for all of these. I really like the fact that I used up so much of the candy pieces as well as this house. Super cute. And then I really like the fact that I used this Christmas, I think it said Christmas tree, and I cut it down to create my title. So this series has gotten me to think outside the box. The next layout that I completed was of the Christmas parade. I am allowing myself to do single page layouts because I do feel like there are just not enough photos to do a double page. Definitely would not have wanted to do a double page with just 2 photos. This has a lot more photos on it, and I probably could have done a double page, but I took these pictures with my phone and they're not that great. Plus, after I've looked through the amount of photos that I took during 2023, which is just a normal amount of photos that we take at the Christmas time, I have so many layouts to complete. Again, on this layout, I do feel like I used a lot of embellishments. These little sparkly bits are probably one of my favorites from the collection. And then I even used some of the pieces that weren't my favorites, like this one here, just to get it on the layout and get it out of my collection. The next layout that I completed was a double page layout. This one is a really big deal for us visiting Santa. We do it every year at the North Pole. And I just love the fact that I was able to bring in some of the larger pieces, like this 4x4 card, as well as another house with a reindeer sticker. And then I also used quite a bit of paper on this one. My next layout is also a double page layout, and I really like the fact that I used an 8x10 on this one. Because this is a double page and I got a ton of photos on it, I didn't get a lot of paper on it, but I feel like I did get a lot of embellishments because I decorated all of these little 2x2 squares. And then the last layout is a single page layout, and this one is about us being on the train before going to the North Pole. So just so you know where it kind of falls in my album, the Christmas parade was just a couple of days before we went to the North Pole. So I'll have the Christmas parade, and then this layout here, which is talking about like going to the North Pole. So it's like Santa, here we come. We're on the train headed to the North Pole, and then you'll flip it over, and I actually have a couple of other pages that I'm going to do first that are going to be 2 single pages, but then you'll go into the pictures with Santa Claus. So I do have it planned out, and I am super excited to still use the spreadsheet because I feel like that spreadsheet is what is helping me make sure that everything is organized and that I have my layouts planned if they're singles or doubles. So now let's talk about what's still left in my kit. I store all of my bigger collections in these containers that you can get from Hobby Lobby, and then I also do label them. These are just Avery labels. You can purchase them very cheaply at Walmart or other supply stores, and then you can go onto the Avery website and download the place where you can type in all of the information and then print it out on the sheet. I do have one more layout plan, and this is our Christmas cookies. I've already done the journaling on it, and it is ready to go for my next layout. All right, so let's first start with the embellishments. I did have all 3 of the embellishment packs, so the odds and ends, the chit chat, and the bits and pieces. So I had a ton of ephemera. I feel like I still have a ton of ephemera. This one I think is probably going to be the most difficult to use because I'm not really a holly person, as well as these circles. I think I am going to take Nicole's suggestion. She was like, find a sketch that focuses on circles so you can bring that in. So that'll probably be one of the layouts that I do. I haven't really used a lot of the word phrases, so I still have quite a few of those. These are all the Santas that I have. I like to store my collections by theme, so obviously all the things that have Santa are on here. Anything that could reference Santa, so like Santa Claus is coming to town, Dear Santa, ho ho ho, those types of things are also going to be on the same page protector. This one is the reindeers as well as the Christmas stockings. So I still have a lot left. For these houses, I do have an idea for the houses. I want to document my own personal Christmas houses, which means that once I get them out this year, I'm gonna have to take photos of them because I have never taken like actual photos of all my houses. So I want to use that. I am trying to focus on 2023 and making sure that I get all of 2023 done, but I do know that I want to add a few more years as well. The words are gonna kill me. I know that I have to use more of these, and that is one of my goals for the next one, is to get all of these kind of word ones used up. So keeping that in mind. This page protector has all of the ornaments, which I haven't used a lot of. I feel like I have used so many embellishments, yet I still have so many more to use. I only used one tag so far. This one is one that I've definitely used a lot of. The candy pieces, I think I have kind of covered in everything so far. So I don't have a whole lot of candy pieces left. The trees, I love these trees, and I think that I've used them on almost every layout. Not only in this size, but then also my other sizes as well. I want to add some journaling to this, print it out like Nicole does, so I have an idea for that. Still have a lot more trees left. I really like these trees more than these trees, but we'll see how it goes. And then this. I know that these are Nicole's favorite. I just have a really hard time using them, and I feel like I've used them a lot on my layouts, yet I still have a lot left. And then for the snow, no idea what I'm gonna do for those snowmen because we don't have snow in Florida. So these are the larger embellishments that come in these 3 packs. Still have a ton left. Then for the icons, the mini icons, and the puffy stickers, I feel like I have made quite a big dent in all of these. You can see how many are missing. For the mini icons, there's 3 sheets, and I feel like this is definitely my favorite. I love these sizes. I've used a lot for like my 2x2 squares. I just love these. The biggest difference between the mini icon and the regular size icon, besides the size difference, is that there is no white border on these icons. There is a white border on the mini icons. And then I love puffy stickers. I am sure that I'm going to use up all of these. For my shape sprinkles, I definitely have used up a lot of the candy. I am kind of hoarding these because I do really like these, and I feel like they would be great on a bunch of different layouts. I have used quite a few. No idea what I'm going to do with this one. I actually just used the first one on my 5th layout, the one that just went up, so that's going to be a little hard for me. And then, of course, I can always use hearts, so those will definitely be used up. And I have 5 Doodle Pops left. I started out with a total of 7, so I think that I'm doing good. I've used 2 on 5 layouts, so we're going to get there. Now let's talk about the paper I have left. I did start out with the paper collection and the petite prints, so I did start out with 12 sheets of paper, as well as the 6x6 paper pad. And I feel like I have used this quite a bit because I definitely used it on my 2x2 squares and things like that. So there's 18 sheets of paper left in this 6x6 paper pad, so I have used 6 sheets. Some of them are still scraps here, but I have pulled out 6 sheets. I also have this sticker sheet, which is very sad because I have only used 2 things off this sticker sheet, this tab and this heart. So definitely need to focus on that a little bit. Starting off with the petite prints, I still have 6 full sheets from the petite prints, so I have cut into 6 of the sheets. I love the swimming pool, so I know that I'm hoarding that. I've cut into both of my greens, both of the yellow, and one of the red and one of the pinks. And so I still have both of my grays left and both of the swimming pool. I still have 8 sheets from the collection pack. So let me just walk through what I think I'm going to use them for. I will probably definitely use this side. I really like plaid. I've always been a plaid girl. This is way too busy for me, so probably won't use this side. I like both of these sides. However, this side is snow. We don't have snow in Florida, so it might be difficult to use this one since I am a very literal person. So I'll probably use this one, but you never know. Always a good stripe. I want to use these border strips, and I was looking through some of my older sketches from Scrapbook Generation, and there is a sketch that I really think that might work for this. So I might pull it out and see if I can make the layout work. And it is to use the strips. You're actually to cut it apart and make some banners and things with that. So I might try to challenge myself to do that with this one, but you can always use a good gray stripe. I haven't used any of the 3x4 cards. I really like the deer, and I think that I am struggling back and forth between those two. So we'll see. I always have a problem using the 3x4 cards because I'm afraid to cut it apart and then not be able to use the back of it. This particular paper is one of those that I'm still not sure what I want to do. I really like the red polka dots, but I also really want to use this side. I've seen some really cute things done with it, but I don't like the numbers, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. This is the paper that I want to use with my Christmas houses, and I can still use the trees on the background as well. The tags are another one that I haven't even cut into. It's overwhelming how much is in this collection. And then of course I always struggle with these really big journaling pieces. And then the back is some candy. So those are the full-size sheets that are left. And then for my scraps, I have quite a few larger pieces. In the petite prints, I have some really nice pieces that I can still use. This is also a petite print. This is one that you can't purchase. I think I talked about this in one of my other videos. Like, you can purchase like larger packs where it has like all of the colors, and it's usually one pattern. Purchase a pack of Doodlebug petite prints that is this gingham and the linen, and you will get all 24 colors. This one I don't think is one that you can. I think it's exclusive to the collection packs, but I do like these polka dots and the red and white stripes, so it would be whatever color, so like the yellow and white stripes. This one, I used a large chunk of this one on that other layout, and I still have a large chunk left. And then I also like this side, so I think that still have some really nice size big pieces, and they're petite prints, so I know I'm going to be able to use them. And then for my full 12 by 12 sheets of paper, I still have some 3x4 cards, which I didn't realize I had 2 of them. I think these are different than the other one though. This snowflake one, I love this one. You guys know I love using these really busy ones, and so I still have 2 of those left. And then I also have a 12 by 12 in the yellow and the green. And then for my larger piece, I've got this like snowflake one. I still have a large piece of that. Oh, this must have been, I think this and this one goes together because it's the same pattern. So this wasn't a full sheet of 3x4s. So I must have cut it out for something. I've got several of the pieces for the snowflakes. These are 6x6. This one is a 6x6. I'm keeping the smaller scraps because you never know. You might need some hearts or stars cut out of them. These are definitely from the 6x6 paper pad, and I used them on that 2x2 squares. Here's some more of that 4x4. So it must have been a 4x4, 3x4, and then all of these like cards. So I still have quite a bit of these larger pieces left. I'm not doing good with killing this kit, and I know that. I always save the branding strips on all of my collections. I just keep it in there. I don't have a problem with them hanging out. You never know when you might need to use some of these. I've also used like some of these pieces right here where there's like no words. If I needed like a solid yellow or a solid red, I just always keep them. And it's not even just because of the creating with collections. I keep them with every collection that I have because you just never know. If you guys have been following along with us for this entire year, thank you so much. I know that I have quite a few layouts planned. I actually went ahead and finished out planning all of 2023. That gave me quite a few layouts to work for, so I'm going to be working towards that. And then I also have a couple of other things. This is one of those layouts that I need to replan. I was looking through some stuff. This was actually in another collection. This is Christmas Eve of 2021. I happened to leave it on the floor by mistake, and then Roomba came in and started to tear it up, and some of the pictures are bent. But looking at it, I don't know why I printed these photos in 4x6. This is a lot of photos for 4x6. So I want to re-plan these, probably make them smaller, brighten them up, because this was before I started using Lightroom to brighten my photos. So I have all of 2023 planned, which that was what my goal was for this collection. And then what is left, I'm going to plan out some other layouts as well. All right, guys, so stay tuned for more Tinsel Time and creating with collections.
All right, if you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.